Welcome back to Grade 7 Geography, Unit number 2, Our World's Natural Resources, Use and Sustainability. This is lesson number 19, Why Are Flow Resources Important? Earlier, we learned that flow resources include water, air, and sunlight. They are always flowing, moving, and they do not belong to any one person or country, although countries still claim responsibility and ownership of the lakes and seas within their boundaries. And I'm sure you've heard at some point Canada's claims that it has responsibility over the Arctic region, and other countries like Russia challenge that claim. Flow resources are incredibly important to all forms of life. Without water, air, and sunlight, nothing could live. Flow resources also provide us with energy when they are on the move. We can use water, wind, and the sun to create clean forms of energy that do not hurt the environment. Water is our most precious resource. As we learned previously, only 3% of Earth's water is fresh, and we only have access to 1% of Earth's fresh water. Some countries have more fresh water than others. Most fresh water is stored underground in natural formations called aquifers. Aquifers are underground layers of rock that hold water. Aquifers absorb the water that comes in the form of rain and snow. Aquifers act as reservoirs. They supply water to springs and wells. Springs and wells provide water for farmers to irrigate their fields and water their livestock. They also provide drinking water for about 2.5 billion people. And here is a very handy diagram showing a sample aquifer. Just as we create ecological footprints, we also leave behind water footprints. A water footprint is the amount of water used directly and indirectly to produce goods and services. A water footprint tells us how much fresh water is used per person in a country. Canada's water footprint is 2,333 cubic meters a year. This is almost double the global average, which is not good. Our water footprint is so high because we take our large supply of fresh water for granted. People use fresh water for many reasons. About 10% of our water is used for daily tasks like drinking, cooking, and washing. About 20% is used by industries to produce electricity and to manufacture and transport products. Farmers use the remaining 70% for agriculture. This may be surprising, but raising animals for meat actually uses more water than growing vegetables. And that is simply because animals need water in order to survive, and they're going to need it for some animals in much greater quantities than certain plant species. The Earth's atmosphere is composed of 5 layers. Each layer has a different range of temperatures. The layers are also made of gases: 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% other gases. The layer that is closest to Earth is the troposphere. Weather takes place in this layer, as does most of life on Earth. The gases in the atmosphere help to protect Earth. Without the atmosphere, we would freeze at night and we would burn during the day. The stratosphere, that's the second layer of the atmosphere, contains a layer of ozone gas which absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. Wind patterns vary by region. Regions where the high pressure and low pressure areas are closer together are windier. Coastal areas are windy because the land and the sea heat up at different rates, causing differences in air pressure. You can see on this map that there are quite a number of wind patterns. The sun is a huge ball of gas with large quantities of hydrogen under pressure at its extremely hot core. The pressure and the hot temperatures trigger a reaction which causes the sun to release an enormous amount of energy. Some of this energy reaches the earth. The sun provides light and heat. It provides the energy which plants need for photosynthesis. Plants produce oxygen, which means that animals rely on plants. Since plants rely on the sun, humans and animals also rely on the sun. Everything is connected. All right, so we'll take up this activity at the start of tomorrow's class. It's our standard uh, figure out the missing word activity. So if it helps, go back and watch this video again, and when you feel prepared, pause the video and see how many of the blocked out words uh, you can tell go in these spaces. So until tomorrow's class, this ends today's video.